Alright guys, what's up? This is Reza-Kaze back from a very much needed break. First off, I just wanted to thank each and every one of you that's sticking with my videos, even in... Oh, shush real quick, hold on.
The fire is more valuable than I, horseman. You should make haste to the temple.
Fire alone won't save your realm. You speak of the forge.
Aye. Without the fire and the tears of the mountain, without the forge itself, we have no means to clear the forest and reach the tree of life.
What then?
Our power is over creation, yours
faster.
over death and despair. You are Nephilim, Lord of Destruction. Perhaps in that
So you can
there is hope.
Just how old is the forge?
Whispering.
It is as ancient as the realm itself, and perhaps even older. It is said the forge was the first thing we makers built, that in its depths we shaped entire worlds.
Horseman, you'll find not that way, but trouble.
Do what you must for your kin, old one. For mine, I ride to the cauldron.
Well, if you fancy your corruption waist deep, that's as good a place as any. You know, there's a reason this gate is here. And if you were a friend, I wouldn't let you pass.
Yeah,
But then,
yeah.
who is friend
Fucking
to
come
death?
on.
Have you wisdom to share, or was it
Come on.
long since knocked loose in battle?
Wisdom ain't like teeth. I've plenty left. Enough to stay clear of the cauldron. The ancients filled it with right nasty traps. But one so clever as yourself will surely elude them.
Alright, so... Anyways, I'd like to thank you guys for being patient in my time of, you know, just keeping things together. Needed a break. I went on vacation. And, you know, in my previous video of, you guys saw yesterday, went to Pittsburgh, had a blast. Now I'm back. Now I'm ready to get some videos going for you guys. What's up now is going to be my before thoughts and just some general commentary over some Darksiders 2, and I think I'm gonna call this Wandering Through the Crag, or the Crag. I think it's called Crag. I couldn't really remember exactly, but so there's gonna be a couple things being tweaked with my Let's Play of Darksiders 2. They are very, very long videos. Enormously long videos. There's going to be a lot of videos. And they're going to take a while. But tip number one for Darksiders 2, check the waters. No matter where you are, dive down. Tells you anything, you can, oh, look at that, a boatman coin. Check the waters. Every single water I've come up, body of little lake, pond, whatever the fuck you want to call it. If you look in the river, you're gonna find a coin. You're gonna find some sort of treasure. Fucking Book of the Dead page, anything like that. Check that shit out. You never know what you're gonna find. So, anyways, before I get into my actual thoughts of the game, I just wanted give you a little heads up on what's being tweaked around here. If I were to upload every single part that I had, right now I would have about 37, 38 parts as of right now. About half-hour videos. I played a good 18, 19 hours so far. I would say quite a few of those hours are meaningless running around, backtracking for some treasures, and dying or getting lost. One of those two. I'm gonna do my best to cut most of that out. I cut out a couple sections in this one. I actually combined two parts that I think totaled up to about 50 to 55 hours, 50 to 55 minutes to close to 33, 34 minutes here. So basically I combined 2 parts to 1. So what you're not going to be seeing is any non-essential getting lost. If I find, you know, a normal treasure in my journeys, you're probably not going to see it. You can comment if you like to say, oh, you missed this thing here, why didn't you go for it? I probably did get it, but that's all it was. All it was, you know, some gold and maybe an item or 2. Nothing all that important. If it's like a Book of the Dead page, if it's a rare item, which you'll see in maybe like 15-20 parts from now. I found a fucking gnome. This shit was crazy. You know, I'll cut that shit out. Anything non-essential to the story. However, I will be keeping essential storylines. Cutscenes, those are going to stay in. Important boss battles, they're going to stay in. If I die quite a few times in a row, I'll cut that part out. I'll tell you I died there. I'm not afraid to tell you that. Some of these deaths were bullshit, though. Like, I think I have a total of about 120 deaths so far, and only like 10 or 12 of them have been like in an actual battle. And I would say maybe half them were like legit deaths. You know, actually only like maybe 2 of them were legit deaths where, you know, boom, I just like fucking died right off the bat. The other times were bullshit, absolute bullshit environment deaths, which are like 100+ kills of mine, and then not paying attention to my health bar. Yeah, that's definitely important. You want to keep a track of that. Essentially, what it's for is I'm trying to cut out the crap of the game. There's very, very few crap, but this is essentially, you know, not really an RPG, but it, you know, it has those kind of elements with the game. So there's gonna be some level grinding. Very little. I haven't really done any level grinding. There may be a few level grinding there. There's might be some going to complete dead ends or side missions, side quests, stuff like that. If it's essential to the story, it's going to 100% stay in. I'm not going to cut any of that out. Any essential, whatchamacallit, cutscenes, whatnot, it's going to all stay in. But I think the exception of 1 or 2 things, but that I, you know, forgot to hit the record button. It was like early on in my recordings that I ended up showing you on the map anyway where you want to go, and I'll point that out when I get to that part in the video. I'm going to keep talking through this guy because he doesn't really say anything important. Vulgrim, he mentions war and blah 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 blah. Let's see, any sort of boss battles or any sort of just generic deaths that I get over and over again or multiple times, because it happens once in this video that I end up dying in a boss battle, and you see why. He was very, very strong. I fought him twice. I died twice, but you're only going to see me die once. That's because you don't need to see me die a second time. You probably didn't even see me die. Need to see me die the first time, but I'm going to leave it in there anyways. I think the other part I cut out, it was just some, you know, random wandering. Maybe found a chest or 2, but, you know, nothing all that important. I was just like looking around, kind of like getting the lay of the land, admiring the design is basically what it is. So, without further ado, let me get into my before thoughts of Darksiders 2. Obviously, this is a sequel game that extends from Darksiders, where you played War. Little bit of maybe technical history here if you want to be... now, this is a hack and slash sort of game. It does have combos. It's a fun gameplay mechanic. I've been sort of ridiculed in the past when I played Darksiders, the original one, that if you wanted a good one, play Devil May Cry. Now, I bought the HD collection for Devil May Cry, which is 1, 2, and 3. And I played a little bit of all 3 of them. I didn't beat on any of them yet. But honestly, it's not interesting me. I can't like pick up the game. It's not the fact that I got Darksiders 2, Battlefield. Got a bunch of PC games now that I'm trying to play. It's just there's quite a few games to play. It's just that the game's not interesting me. I don't know if it just hasn't hit that hook in the game yet, or it's just not that interesting to me in general. But the story is the first amazing part of this game, and I just want to give props to that. They tweaked it just a little bit as far as what the story goes. Like I said, I'm going to get a little bit off topic here. The first game, Darksiders. Now these videos are going to contain spoilers. I'm playing the whole game. If you're watching it, either you don't want to play or you're looking for some tips and tricks. So stuff's going to be spoiled whether you like it or not if you're watching this. Oh, what does that say? Yeah, that sounds cool. In the game, the 4 horsemen of the apocalypse. The story basically goes that they're the protectors of the balance. They don't let the angels gain too much power. They don't let the demons gain too much power. They keep everything nice and tidy. When the war in the apocalypse broke out on Earth, they were sent to clean up the mess. And War, in the first game, was blamed for riding prematurely. Later, you found out in the game that he was set up, but quite honestly, there wasn't that much evidence to prove otherwise, so he's basically in imprisonment. Now, his brother Death, one of the other horsemen, is riding out to prove his innocence. Now, they did mention the other 2 as well, Strife and Fury. They did mention it also in the first Darksiders, but then they really did give them actual looks in the game. I don't think you really seen, not that I can recall, Strife or Fury in the first game, but this one they have like the outlines. Even I think the actual characters too were seen, but in actuality, the actual legend of the 4 horsemen, their names are War, Death, Conquest, and Famine. Now, I didn't go looking through this, derivatives of the names, because I think Conquest and Pestilence, those get switched out, and whatever way you were, whatever story you were reading and listening to, whatnot. But I can almost want to say that the names derive from the same sort of aspect, because I don't think Darksiders 2 really wanted to, or the Darksiders series really wanted to pull away from the actual history of the game all that much. And if they did, that's probably a very bad thing on their part, which I hope they didn't do. But I'm not going to look at it because, the story so far is amazing. Let's just get right into the positive parts. The story, you're still getting the introductory aspect of it, so it is slightly boring. But once you get further, the story just becomes more in depth, and you really, really do become, essentially part of the story, I feel, and which is absolutely great. Another big positive of the game is, I mentioned this for Infamous as well, with Infamous 2, that if you had a save file, or if you beat the game for Infamous, you can gain an automatic shift in karma, either positive or negative, and you get some like extra experience points or something like that. And that's what Darksiders 2 has, because I know I didn't get the item, but I got an extra scythe, I got a helm, and I think a couple gauntlets or something like that. Something that like embodied war, which I thought was really, really cool. Plus, Game Plus sort of items are always amazing to have, and I thought, you know, that was a really great aspect of it to for the game to, you know, give us that sort of happening, which like I said, I'm pleased to have. The soundtrack is utterly amazing. You heard it in the Crowfather. You heard me mention it in the Tower of Secrets. The Crow, that just music was, it definitely was like a musical score for the generations. It was incredible, absolutely incredible. You know a game is good when it has music and theme music like that. I mean, you can't have this kind of game and just, like, you know, expect to run and have nothing going on in the background. I can't remember what they had in the first game for a weapon and item system, but I think they obviously had to improve greatly, because I like it. I'm still getting used to it. The whole customization of it. It's slightly complicated at times, but it's once you get the hang of it, it becomes fairly easy and new. My only, let's see, any more positives? That's all I can think of for positives. Oh, death is, I like that, you know, so far 2 out of the 4 horsemen have the same sort of personality. They're badass, they know it, and they don't want to take shit from no one. If you end up pissing them off, they'd be like, hold your tongue, you better watch what you say, I will fucking kill you, sort of thing, which is absolutely hilarious. That's the only positive things I can think of right now for the game. Let's come across to the negatives. 1 or 2 things that I dislike so far is, you know, it's really the stupid things. The menu, when you hit select and go to the menu, you are getting screwed, so to speak. Now, ever since the PS2 came out, even with the PS1, I think like the later generation, when they came out with the analog stick worth of controllers, because I know early PlayStation didn't have the analog controls. It was customary. It was basically, you know, built in. You'd use the left analog stick to move around, and the right analog stick would essentially like control your camera. And when you get to the menus, you just like instinctively always use the D-pad. This game doesn't let you use the D-pad. I don't know why. I don't know why they thought this was a good idea. This sounds really stupid. I'm sure it does, because if someone told me this, at first I'd be like, yeah, you're just freaking retarded. But think about it. How often, if it's like, say you're playing Battlefield, because I know a lot of you that watch my videos play Battlefield, who honestly, when say you're bringing up the your weapons, your soldier menu, or you're going through looking for servers, do you honestly, seriously, 100% of the time use the analog stick to go through that menu? Or do you use the D-pad? A thought, if you haven't thought about it. Think about it next time you do that, because I always use the D-pad, and the D-pad is inactive for the menu, so I have to use L1, R1, and R2, L2 to move around. No, that's wrong. I have to use the analog stick, the left analog stick, to go up, down, left, and up, down, left and right, which can be very, very annoying. You'll see it eventually. I'll probably cut it out, but you get like these possessed weapons, which you can sacrifice your weapons that you don't use anymore, weapons and items, to essentially make the possessed weapon stronger. When you do a certain amount of them, you'll get, you know, special bonuses for your weapons, and depending what you sacrifice, you'll get, you know, either a strength increase, defense, critical damage, health increase, stuff like that. Now, there may also be times where you increase 2 or 3, but you have to select one of them, one of those special bonuses, and you have to use an analog stick to switch between them. It can be way too sensitive. You touch it even a little bit and it will fucking flicker through like 3 of them when you only meant to go down 1. Sounds stupid, but I think that's just a concept that if they would have kept the D-pad, it would have been so much better, so much easier to keep it like that. I can't really talk about the difficulty. I died stupidly sometimes, but that was also because I was an idiot, and I tried to go into areas like this area here. I wasn't really supposed to come to this area yet. I wasn't supposed to complete this area yet. I died. I never ended up completing it, but I think I was like a level 7 when I defeat the boss in this area, and I should have been at least a level 10 or 11. So I kind of cut myself ahead, but it is an open world, and you can't go wrong with an open world environment. I know I said multiple times I'm not a big fan of open world environments. Sometimes you don't know where to go and you kind of wing it, but I dealt with it. There's a lot of backtracking though. You'll see it on in the later videos where I end up getting a power-up for myself, and I go back to, you know, either complete another part of a dungeon or get some treasure, stuff like that. And those little blue things on the wall, I remember those from Darksiders, the original Darksiders, where those were like portals. So when I've yet to get the portals yet, and I played almost 20 hours worth. So when I end up getting those portals, I'm going to be backtracking a lot, and I'll probably cut that part out. I'll probably record it anyway, but I'll probably cut it out if there's nothing as far as like items and treasures, nothing that amazing or great or special to the story. Other negatives for the game. I'm trying to think. I can't really think of any other negatives happening for the game. That disappoints me a little bit. Well, it doesn't disappoint me that there's any more negatives. It's a really good game so far. This is definitely a must-play already. I really do highly recommend, though, that you play the first game. This definitely is one of the games where you don't get that much backstory of the first game. You got a little bit, but you definitely need to get the much fuller aspect of it by playing it, I feel. First time I did this commentary, I took up another like 10 minutes worth or so, and I only left with a couple minutes. Now I'm out of ideas. Now I'm trying to think of what I left the game with. I'm gonna grab my thoughts. I really hope that banging doesn't come through the mic. Fucking kid. There really isn't much left to say. I might end up you know, leaving you guys for the last 5 minutes or so of the video, uninterrupted commentary. Oh, that's the other thing. What kind of commentary would you guys prefer to see from me with this Darksiders 2? People, you know, online, a couple people I watch, which really gave me the idea for a full Let's Play. But they do like horror games, and it's actually fun for them to watch. This, I don't even know if it's fun. some people have like their webcam up there. I had a little bit of that. I don't know if you guys want to. I'm not going to do that. No. But I've done 2 kinds of commentary so far. The one I'm doing now, which is a general commentary that I usually do, like over my Battlefield games. You know, talk about the game, talk about, you know, what's going on right now, and, you know, just go through that. The other type of commentary I did was the first 2 parts where I did live commentaries. As I'm playing, even when I'm not recording, I'm still like talking to myself, giving myself thoughts. Like, oh shit, that was cool. Oh, you motherfuckers. All sorts of stuff like that. And it depends on it. It's a little complicated to do at times, but I can do it. If you guys want to see me do that some more, I'll start doing it. It's probably not going to be for another 25 parts or so. They might get a live com, because I already got like I said, like 35 parts ready, ready to get rendered and uploaded. The other thing is, I'm still gonna do a video of me not having any commentary at all. You know, regular game audio, just regular game, none of me talking. All that you're gonna hear is the game audio and see the gameplay. That's it. Nothing else whatsoever. Nothing to distract you. Nothing like that. The point is, I'm trying to figure out which one you guys want to see more. Would you like me not talking at all and just want to watch the gameplay, watch what I do? Would you like me to talk like I am now, sort of winging it as I go along, watching the gameplay, trying to remember my state of mind, what was going through my mind, stuff like that? Or would you like to see live commentaries if you prefer those first 2 videos? Tell me what you think. I will do my very best to give you all that. And see, I knew there was a boss battle coming, so I was kind of like prepping myself in the best way. And this is where I die almost I die very, very horribly here. So yeah, please don't be afraid to leave a comment and let me know what you guys think. If you don't want to tell me what you want to see in the commentary, tell me how you feel about the gameplay so far. Do you like the way it looks? Are you playing it? Are you going to get it? Are you interested? You know, let's have a conversation about it. Hell, yeah, he just kicked my one swipe and he was like, bleh. So yeah, that was the cut, like right there. I fought him again. I tried to outsmart him. I lasted definitely a little bit longer, but was nowhere close to beating him. It's really hard to talk to 30 straight minutes. Wow. Yeah, that's all I can really come to mind at this point. Let me know. Let me know what you guys want to hear as far as commentary goes. Let me know what you think about the game. I read the comments. I don't. Oh, well, I can't say I don't always. There may have been 1 or 2 comments I didn't reply to, but I generally 95% of the time reply to every one of my comments. It's not hard. I only get like maybe 1 comment a video, 1 to 2 comments a video from the same people. Thank you once again. But still, in the same cause, comment, let's have a conversation, all that fun stuff. So I'm going to stop rambling for now. I'll leave you with the final 4 minutes-ish of the game, and I will hope to see you guys in the next video. Thank you very much for watching. What the fuck are you washing? Thank you very much for watching, and I will see you guys in the next video. This is me signing out of the commentary that you're watching. Okay, no.
I have to go alone.